Hi, Ms. Jones. I'm Justine. I'm an OT student, and today I'm going to go over the medications that you were just recently given, and I'm going to go over each of the medications that you got, as well as how many times you should take it per day. So you have 3 medications that you're going to take. One is Lithobid. You take this 3 times a day. One is Elavil, and you also take that 3 times a day. And the other one is Tenormin. You take this once a day. Tenormin will help with your high blood pressure. Elavil will reduce any signs and symptoms with you feeling down with your depression. And Lithobid will be a mood stabilizer to kind of keep you a little bit happier if you're feeling uneasy at times. So before we get started, I kind of want to go over some things that you should do and things that you shouldn't do when taking these medicines. When on this medication, you should be careful that this does make you sleepy, fatigued, or tired. So you might want to have someone else drive you. You might not want to drive yourself because you could fall asleep at the wheel. Some of the medications are in the time release capsule, so if it's in any of those, please do not crush them, chew them, just allow it to take its normal course of the time release of the pill. Specifically, that is for Lithobid. For Elavil, you can take with or without food, and same goes for the Lithobid. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was talk about how we can make it so that you are reminded when you need to take your medication. So we talked about how you had your daily routine of the day, and we established these times. You have 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 7 o'clock for times of your meal. And we had already talked about what you do in between, but this is your normal eating time. So we'll put this down for a second, and I'll address what we can do. So on your phone, you're going to want to go to the clock application, and you're going to want to hit this red cross. And since your first medication is taken, or since you are up and eating at 8 o'clock, my suggestion is that you take your medication that you have to take 3 times a day, once at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I'm going to show you how to store information on your phone in order for you to be able to have an alarm stating that you need to take specific pills at this time. So I'm going to bring it to 8 a.m. And then I'm going to press label, and then in the label I'll erase the word alarm, and since you're taking Lithobid and Elavil twice a day, or 3 times a day, you're going to write take Elavil and Lithobid. Now, like so. Then you're going to press done, and it's going to be saved. So now you have an alarm that alerts you and shows you a visual reminder of what you need to be doing. You're going to do that for both, in addition to that, you're going to do it 2 more times for both your lunch and your dinner time. So that's a pretty simple way to be reminded. Another way is by showing you this daily schedule that I had come up with for you. So, okay, since we'll be dealing with Elavil and Lithobid, you're going to want to write that down 3 times in a day. So like we said, these were your established times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for when you are typically up and about. So you can write here Lithobid, and then you can also write Elavil. You would write the same for lunch and for dinner. So I'll do the same for you here. And lastly, for dinner. So now you have how many times you need to take your Lithobid and Elavil 3 times a day. And remember, do what it says on the bottle. It says 3 times a day, so if this schedule doesn't work, you can always replace it in different times. But as discussed before, you said that this was a very good time. These were good times for you. So now you have one more medication to keep in mind, and this is your Tenormin, and you take it 1 time a day. And you stated to me previously that you were very alert at lunchtime. So with this, you will also write that you will take Tenormin. So all this will be bulked. For here lunch, for breakfast you will only be taking Lithobid and Elavil. For lunch you will be taking Lithobid, Elavil, and Tenormin. And for dinner you will be taking Lithobid and Elavil. So I just wanted to give you 2 options of ways that you could constantly be reminded. With this schedule, you can hang this up on your refrigerator. Since you'll be eating during those times that you take your medication, it will be good to have this in your kitchen just so you will be visually reminded that these are the times that you need to take your medication. Like I said before, if you are having any complications with the medication, please contact your physician. Other than that, if you have any questions regarding how else you could take your medication, or if this doesn't work, we can always find a different technique. So please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.